What is up, guys? Jimmykid here, and today this video is going to be about Battlefront. I know it's been a while since the channel's uploaded. I think that it's been a break. We just needed a break from YouTube. I think each one of us has been busy in our lives. But I'm going to start it off with the new video for the first video of the new year. And we're going to be talking about why I think Battlefront is a good game. Because if you look, there's been so much hate for Battlefront. Like, if you look all over YouTube, all you see are hate videos, why people refund it, why people say it's not as good, why people hate it. I don't see any videos. I mean, there are if you look it up, but none of the videos that stick out say that why this game's good. So I thought I'd make my own video explaining why I thought it was good, because I'm kind of tired of the negativity. So let's get into this. People are complaining that it's not as good as the second one. Now, I played the first and second one on PlayStation 2 for a while. Like, I played it all the time as a kid, so I know what the other ones are like. And people always complained that there's no campaign, no conquest, no space, and no clones, which are the top things because they're comparing it to Battlefront 2, right? So when I first heard about it, when this game first got announced or teased, whatever you want to say, I was mad as well. I'm not gonna lie, I was mad too. I was upset that there's no campaign, because the first thing that came to my mind was imagine what they'll do with the campaign. Like, how would they do it? How would it look? Stuff like that. This was before they showed actual gameplay. But it seems like over time, I just kind of didn't care. Like, it just didn't bother me. Eventually they started releasing more trailers, or, you know, they started showing more gameplay, more trailers, and eventually it just didn't bother me anymore. I didn't really care. I didn't realize how many people actually were pissed about it, and I think a lot of people found out last minute, and when they found out last minute, they immediately made videos saying that how bad this game is and how it got stripped with all the content and there's nothing in it. Now, this might sound crazy, but I don't know if this will make sense to a lot of people, but in my opinion, this Battlefront, the 2015-2016 one, it is not Battlefront technically. Like, I know it says the name Battlefront, but this is basically EA's version of Battlefront. It doesn't say Battlefront 3 at the end of it. This isn't them trying to replicate Battlefront 2 or make it better. This is their version of Battlefront, I guess you can say, or their version of a Star Wars game. So even though I was back then, I don't think anyone should be comparing it to the old Battlefronts. Now, I'm gonna say this: if you guys watched the second trailer, not gameplay, but it was the DICE team, like in their little headquarter building thing in Sweden or whatever, I don't even know, and they were talking about them making the game, and you saw the team, you could see like the gameplay on the computers, on the monitors. When you watch that trailer, all they talk about is how honored they are to be in the Star Wars, what's the word he said? He said the archives of the movies, to work with the props of the old Star Wars movies and things like that, and that they had Lucas teams, I think, with them, Lucas people, some. But anyway, that was basically how honored they were, right? So if you think about that, they didn't say that, oh, we're going back to the old, what could have been Battlefront 3, and we're taking some of that and we're making it better. They're making it for the movies. The game, I think, is based off the movies, not Battlefront 2. So, like I said, even though it says Battlefront in the name, I don't think that's what they intended. I think they intended for a game to replicate the movies, because if you listen to what they always advertised or always said when it came to like E3 or when they talked about it, they always said that they wanted to give the best Star Wars experience. That's what they advertised. That's what they've been saying the whole time, is that they want you to live your quote-unquote Star Wars fantasy, whatever, you know, that is based off the movie, is what I think. Everyone was hoping that it was going to be them connecting to Battlefront 2 and 3, maybe the old 3, and making it better or whatever, but I think that they never said that it was going to be part of the old games, or they never even like connected it. So why are we getting mad that it has nothing to do with the old ones when they never even announced it? They never even said anything about the old ones. And now what I'm about to say might not be 100% true, so this is what I think I've heard. I'm not exactly sure on this, but I'm pretty sure that there wasn't going to be third person, and because people wanted it so badly, they put it in. And I think I heard that single player wasn't going to be in there. It was going to be no single player whatsoever. Like, just multiplayer, which is what everyone keeps calling it, just a multiplayer game. But they included some sort of single player, and as they said many times, it was for you to practice and for you to have an offline purpose. So if you can't connect to online, or you don't have Wi-Fi for some reason, you could play single player. So I was like, alright, you know, that's decent. It's pretty, I'm glad they included something for single player. But there's been a lot of rumors. If you look on YouTube, there's been a ton of rumors about them adding to the single player. And also, talking about them adding stuff, people keep complaining about the $50 DLC, or the season pass. And does not every AAA game has a season pass, has $50 of a season pass. So why does this surprise us? Like, look who's being made, look who made it. You're gonna tell me that you weren't expecting a season pass? That you guys act like these are the people that are mad about it. You guys act like $50 is something you never heard of DLC, when we've seen it in plenty of other video games. So I believe that that's not a reason to be mad at the game and send it negativity and say this game sucks because there's a $50 season pass. Yeah, it's not like Halo 5, which I'm very surprised about, that all their DLC is free. I haven't hopped on it lately, so I'm not sure if there's been anything in it. I haven't really kept up on Halo 5, but they announced that all their DLC would be free. Now, I would imagine that's probably unheard of now, because everyone's always complaining that there's too much DLC and we're paying too much money for video games. So that is a good thing, but does that make what they're making, like, how do I explain this? The free DLC that they're making, are they really putting their time into it? Because it's free, they might be lazy with it. I'm not exactly sure. They might do a really good job with all the free DLC, whatever they have, but it might be a possibility that they might be lazy with it and it won't make the game any better. I know that Battlefront is adding more free DLC. They announced it, I believe, that they're going to be adding future free DLC besides the Battle of Jakku, which was connected to Star Wars, which everyone knows about. So obviously it's not going to be the biggest free DLC, you know, it's probably going to be very small, obviously, but supposedly from what I've seen from other videos is that they have been working on an instant action. You guys can look up other videos that talk about it too. They've been saying that they might add an instant action where you can now like play the multiplayer modes with AI instead of playing stupid battles and survival, which gets boring really quickly. That would actually be pretty interesting, because that's what I was hoping they would have in the beginning, but they didn't. The one thing I was mad about when I was comparing it to Battlefront 2 was that you can't have 100 versus 100 AI. I mean, that'd be pretty crazy, but just like the old Battlefronts, if you guys play the game, you know that the if you ever played with AI, 'cause when I played Battlefront 2, I never played, or I never really played online and all that. I just played single player with AI, instant action and all that. And as you know, there were like huge battles. There was tons of AI on each side. And when they said that they were gonna have single player on this game, I'm like, oh, I hope they do that. Instead, it's like basically you can start off with like 4 AI on your side and 6 on the other, and as you keep progressing, more AI gets added on the enemy team to make it more difficult, but it's nothing compared to the old ones. I think I'd be pretty happy if they, as a free update, what I've heard, included an instant action that had the multiplayer modes with AI. You could play Walker, Assault, Fighter Squadron, whatever. I think that it would definitely add to the single player, which I'm hoping they realize and are trying to do. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't play the single player anymore. I finished pretty much all of it. I can admit that the single player gets boring after a while, but people say that online has been getting boring. Now, like, I could see where people are coming from, but personally for me, I haven't been getting bored. I've been playing this thing forever, and I don't get bored of it. I was playing the beta non-stop. Like, I really played the beta a lot, and people are like getting bored because it was only like 2 maps and stuff like that with a survival map. I never got bored of it. I could keep playing it, and I never got bored, so I knew that when I played the game, I wouldn't get tired of it. Another topic is people are comparing it to Titanfall because they're saying that they're both multiplayer only. Now, just because, people didn't like Titanfall, it got boring quickly, the servers died pretty quickly, there was no one on the servers anymore. It died, right? Now, it died because even though they had map packs or DLC like what Battlefront is gonna have, it didn't change anything. Like it was just maps. They didn't change anything. They didn't add nothing new. It was just the maps. I think, or actually, what I know is Battlefront with their DLC, they're actually adding new equipment, new cards. Hopefully, adding new heroes. I think that DLC is gonna be a lot better than Titanfall's because it's gonna add more. Will it be a lot different? No. But this game will definitely last longer. Without a doubt, last longer than Titanfall. I totally agree with that. I don't think, but just because Titanfall died really quickly and lacked content, I don't think it was a bad game. People can say it was a bad game. It's kind of what started the jetpack thing. Not exosuits, but you know what I mean. The exo jump type stuff, the wall running. I think Titanfall is what started it, and I love the idea of having the Titans. I always love being in the Titan. So for me, Titanfall was something new and pretty new, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. So that to me doesn't mean that it was a bad game. So this is why I think Battlefront is not a bad game. And that's it. If you guys enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys in the next one.